Hello, welcome back to the channel Late Night Deep Talk and Comedy Show. I'm your narrator Shiv, and in this video also we're gonna talk more about hypnotism, but on a high level compared to the last videos I made, where I explained what hypnosis is, how you can read minds, how you can become more attractive and be the center of attraction of the people around you. All this stuff I have said in my last video. So if you haven't watched my last videos, I say you need to watch them first to know the theory of hypnotism and stuff I've talked about so that you can understand what I say in this video. Well, as I already said before, the channel I have, I can't even call it a video honestly. It's just like something you put your phone aside, close your eyes, lie down, close your eyes, relax, and just listen to what I have to say. I want to share all my knowledge and experience I have in my life with you guys through the internet. As I always say, sharing is caring. So, without any ado, let's just get started to the topic of the video. Well, as I have talked about some tricks and covered hypnosis and stuff like that in the past videos, this one is also gonna be about hypnotism. I have already said before a lot of times that there are more than hundreds of ways which you can hypnotize anybody with. Like hypnotism, it happens and it takes place every time in the daily life. You just don't even notice it. Ad companies do that a lot to you all the time. They make you buy their shit without even realizing you got hypnotized subconsciously. Have you ever seen like a number in the background every time, everywhere? And when you go pick up a lottery, you pick up that number that your subconscious was noticing everywhere, like the number 5 on the wall, number 5 on the classroom blackboard. You see 5 everywhere, but it wasn't intentionally being showed to you. You were just watching that number, and then you buy a lottery ticket on number 5, and then you lose the money over there. And so, I was just talking about some natural, universal shit over here. Then how to do this new hypnotism thing that I myself honestly discovered one day. Like, it was not even an experiment or anything. I just realized that day that fuck, hypnotism just happened without even me doing it. After that, I started doing it, it kept working. So, the story goes long back when I was in my university. I was playing a game of pool with my friend. In the first match, I have put the number 2 ball on the top of the rack before he breaks. The first match, in the end, when you have to shoot the 8 number black ball, whoever pots it, they win. And if they pot it in the wrong pocket compared to where they are, they lose. Or even if they scratch, they lose at that time. So, in the first match, I just randomly put the ball number 2, the purple ball. It says number 2 on it. My birthday also comes on 2nd July actually, so 2 is a very lucky number to me. The first match happened, second one happened. After 2 matches, I started noticing, like in the third one, damn, whenever I set up a rack or a frame for the pool table, every time the number 2 ball is coming on the top of the triangle. And I noticed the last 2 matches I won, my friend will go to the black ball, the last ball, he will miss it there or put it somewhere wrong, or he will just give me the opportunity to win in the end. All the game he'll be hustling, and in the end he'll just let me win that game. I was confused, like shit, how is this happening now? But then I realized that it was hypnosis that I was doing all this time. But this one is a little different, and the basics of this is also different than what I explained in the last ones, like create attention, create imbalance and confusion, and then just induce the hypnotism. This theory is a little different because this hypnotism works with time or a time loop. It's like you got to put a person inside a loop to make this happen. So it keeps on continuing and you get your desired result without the other person knowing that what did actually happen. As I said, I won the 2 games in there, and in the third one, I noticed the ball of number 2 always comes on the top of the triangle. Then I noticed one more thing that happened in the last 2 matches. I was like, whenever he tries to pot the black ball in the end, he always reaches there before me. I have like a couple of mine left, then I come to the black, but he will either pot it in the wrong one or he'll just miss it and give it so easy to me to win. But whenever in the last time when he will be about to take the shot for the black ball, the number 8, I will say something good to him. Like, man, you fucked me up, your game is so good. Anything that praises him. And he was missing the shot and making me win all these games all that time. That's when I realized, like, shit, hypnotism actually happened over here. So, how did it happen? So, the anchor, the first thing that I created was the ball of number two. In total, that day, I won 7 matches in the same way of pool. 7 to 10 matches I won same way. I put the ball of number two on the top of the triangle. In the end, when he's trying to pot his black ball, and I still have my shit left to do, like 2, 3, 4, 5 balls left on the table, and he's on the last one. I'll say something good, like something praising about his skill of the game, and he'll miss the black ball, give it to me, or he will pot it in the wrong one and give me an easy win. I was noticing it after the third time when it happened. I'm like, this is becoming like a loop. If you guys know computer science, there's a loop called for loop, if loop, for loop, like you set a condition and it keeps running till as long as you set up that condition for. This is similar to the same thing as the C++ programming language for loop. It works the same way. All you got to do is set up an anchor and set up some conditions that makes it inside a loop. If you guys watch the anime series Naruto, you may have noticed in the final war, Uchiha Itachi did that thing with Kabuto. He put him inside a loop and he was never able to escape out of it. It was his own genjutsu that he put him in, and he was thinking like he's gonna win, but all that was happening was the same thing, and again and again and again and again. So that's what something happens here also. It's relatable to that technique of Uchiha Itachi in the Naruto series. But I won't lie, this one works too. But you need to see the right environment or the time or the place to use this one. But the thing is, I'm trying to explain you guys the concept of hypnotism, how it works. It can be affected with so many things, brain, time, this, that. That's why I'm making this video also. Because when I had this experience, that's when I was like more into this stuff like genjutsu and hypnotism, mind reading, psychology, neuropsychology, stuff like that. It started to interest me a lot more after specifically this day when I beat him in like almost 7, 8 games the same way. So all that was happening was I will put the ball number two on the top of the triangle when I set the rack before the game starts. Then somebody will break it. In the end, when he always was reaching on that situation, every match I put the number two ball on the top, he will always reach the black ball before me, and then I will say the same thing every time, every game. In the end, when he's about to shoot the black ball, I'll say something good about his game to him, and he will miss it. All the 7 games, he missed the ball. I was so like amazed at the fact if it's actually happening. I was like, how the hell does this thing works? This happened 7 times. It can't be fake. 7, 8 times that I have done it in every match. Then it can't be fake. He will just give me the easy win. So that time he was also in a hypnotism, but you can say it was a hypnotism or a kind of a time loop. The same thing was happening again and again in every match. But where this time loop started, by me putting the ball number two on the top of the triangle. He didn't notice it all this time, but his subconscious, like, our body keeps preserving things around us even if our mind is not interpreting that or thinking something else. But his subconscious was always seeing that ball number two over there. It was always knowing, like, fucking this guy is saying something good about my gameplay whenever I'm about to hit the last ball, and I always miss it and he wins after that shot. So this is the type of hypnotism that was happening this time. I don't know, I never read about it in any book, but this experience is what like made me attracted towards the study of all this occult sciences, philosophy, psychology, hypnotism, and stuff like that. This day is when, like, it was 5 or 4 years ago when I realized like hypnotism happens every day without us even knowing. It happens with us a lot of times in the day. Advertisers, people, always do that to us. We just don't realize it and we come into their trap. So this is the video. I don't know how to name this thing. I call it a time loop hypnotism. If you ever want to try it, if you play snooker or pool or any game or any other situation where you think that you can apply this, please try it once, because this one is so strong. It's like own principle. It always works compared to the other ones with 70% success rate, 80%, 65% success rate. This one is 100% success rate. I guarantee you guys. The time loop hypnotism. You can try it anywhere with the perfect and appropriate surrounding around you whenever you get a chance. Remember, as I say, the more time you put into something and the more you practice something, you'll be that good at it with time. If you don't give something your time, you can never be good at it. You can keep sitting on your ass, smoking weed, doing drugs, walking here and there like a homo, fulfilling your short desires, the 1 minute desires. They just stay there for an hour in your head and you keep fulfilling them, you keep on chasing them. Instead of that, I'll say, like, at least find one thing and give your all to that thing, something that you love to do in your life. That's the right way or the reason for us to be on this planet also. Once you start working towards, first thing is to know what you need to do. Once you start working towards that thing, your life starts to get bit sorted, easy, enlightened, because now you know what you need to do in your life. Now you know the purpose you came here on for, and once you accomplish your purpose, that's what's up. That's when you become an enlightened human being. I'm not sure about enlightenment, but I'll say you actually came on earth for some reason. That means, and I don't think you will have to go repeat the cycle of rebirth again and again after you achieve what you want, because that's what I see with most of the people. 99% of the people, they don't even know what exactly they want. How will it come to them if what they want keeps changing every 2-3 days? This is mostly the case of the people who always keep on fulfilling their small hourly or timely desires, and they are just too much packed into their own desires, finishing it, completing it. They don't even think about the future or the big stuff, and they waste all their time like this, fulfilling their little desires, hourly, daily desires, like a little puppy, to release some dopamine or serotonin inside your brain, prefrontal cortex, shit like that. But yeah, about the time loop hypnosis I talked about with the game thing I explained earlier, you guys need to try that if you play pool, because I won't lie, I tried it a lot of times after that while playing pool, and always it worked. 0% failure rate, 100% success. Compared to any other tricks I said about in the last videos, this method have the 100% success. But if you don't know the basis of hypnotism, you cannot apply such a method. But you need to, like, have an open mind, think of all the possibilities. Everyone is different, everyone thinks differently, everyone can do things differently. But if you do not think, then I'll say this mentalist thing is not for you. You can be anything else, but not a psychologist or a mentalist, or what I can say, somebody like a logical person who is good at problem solving. You cannot be that if you don't know this. Well, thank you very much. Glad you guys liked this video. Also, please help, share, like, support, subscribe. Have a good night. Bye.